For my Closer to Christ assignment and project for the semester, I took on the challenge to memorize the Living Christ, which was a document that I had read before a lot, but had never thought of memorizing the entirety of it. So I thought it'd be a cool challenge for the semester, and I thought it would be a really cool way to come closer to Christ and to learn more about Him and His ministry and everything that He represents. And I was kind of nervous to see if I'd be able to do it, but I took on the challenge, and it ended up being a really cool process. And I was thinking about how I can represent this in a digital way, and I can't necessarily record myself reciting this to people, because I decided to for the project to recite this to 3 different people after I memorized it, and I was like, I didn't feel like it would be natural to record myself just reciting it to somebody, so I just wanted to kind of share the experience and talk about it. I felt like that would be the best way to do it. And so the first person that I recited the Living Christ to was my little sister Kendall Castellaw. She is a freshman at BYU, and she is still learning a lot about the gospel and is unsure of some things, and so I picked her because I thought that it could be super helpful not only to me but to her to recite this document to her. And I was a little nervous at first. I had been practicing it and learning about trying to memorize a paragraph a week, and I felt confident in it, and so I was able to recite the entire thing to her. I was a little shaky on a couple parts, but I was able to do it, and it meant a lot to me and to her to be able to share that experience with each other and to just learn more about Christ together. And then the second person I recited the Living Christ to was my roommate, Abby Meck. She is a recent return missionary, and I just wanted to share what I learned about Christ through the Living Christ, and I recited it to her, and it opened up a really good dialogue and conversation between us about Christ and about His ministry and everything that He represents and all the good that He does. And I felt like we were able to become closer as roommates and just as friends through that process. And then the last person that I recited the Living Christ to was a friend from home who's actually not a member. Her name is Chessie LaFrancois. She actually is not a huge religious person. She actually doesn't really believe in God at all, but growing up I took her to some church activities. She would come to Young Women's occasionally, and it was really special to be able to recite this to her and to show that I had memorized this and that she knew how important it was to me, and I feel like she could feel that, and I was able to share so much about Christ and the gospel, and we ended up talking for a couple hours about it, and it was a really good missionary moment for me, and we were able to strengthen our friendship, and I feel like she has a better understanding of Christ and of who He is and who He was and what He means to me. So overall, it was a great experience. I was able to recite the Living Christ to these 3 important people in my life, and I'm really proud of myself that I was able to memorize the entire thing. It took a lot of hard work, and it didn't come easy at first, but through practicing it each day and just memorizing a paragraph a week, I was able to do it, and I was kind of doubtful at first, but I'm glad that I could do it, and this is an experience that I'll never really forget. I almost want to go share it with other people and just have more missionary moments, but I just felt that a video talking about it and expressing what I learned through this experience would be the best way to show just how much it meant to me and how much I learned. So yeah, thank you.